here we are for the second game of the double header. It's gonna be Come Hat Me Bro versus the Backhand. Got some jazzy Warhead Junction music. Anyway, enough of that bullshit. Jumping into this set, Come Hat Me Bro versus Blackhand. Some more Division A action. Love casting the Division A games. I learned so much from watching them. And the action just always seems high. There's so much finesse. It's such a controlled chaos. It's like a fine wine, only the difference is I actually like it. Not a big wine drinker, but we are going to see Come Hat Me Bro versus the Blackhand. Map 1 going to be Infernal Shrines, Map 2 going to be Sky Temple. We had bans on Warhead Junction and Tomb of the Spider Queen. As a reminder, Falstad banned outright. No picking Falstad due to a bug with his trait. Other than that, everything except Anna's on the table. Anna is still in that 2-week window where we don't allow new heroes. But looking forward to this matchup. Come Hat Me Bro has been kind of struggling to find their way in Division A. Currently, they sit at 0-3. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Blackhand sitting at 1-1. Hasn't really seen a lot of action yet. So hard to really judge exactly where they're at. But they are the favorites, given that in this series so far. We'll see how far that carries them. As we see bans on Rhaegar and Mythael, two, let's just call them what they are. Pretty standard bans at this point. And an insta-lock Tassadar. So definitely want Tassadar. Tassadar can get a lot of value on this map. A lot of team fighting to build the stacks early. Auto attackers can excel here. A lot of heroes that do well on this map do well with Tassadar. We're talking Sonya, obviously. Talking Mythael, although he's banned. Vala can do well. But an aggressive tanking turnaround here. As we now see Dahaka ETC. And I like it. Two of the probably highest participation rate warriors in the game right now. Especially on Infernal Shrines, Dahaka is pretty much always a first pick, first ban type hero. So we do see it in the first pick rotation from Come Hat Me Bro, who is on the left, Blackhand on the right. And I gotta say that Come Hat Me Bro definitely winning the logo wars tonight. Good job, Come Hat Me Bro. The Blackhand, your logo, I like it. A bit too on the nose for my taste. But here we go. Do we get the Holy Trinity? Do we get Uther or Vala here? If you don't pick the Uther here, do you have to ban it? Ooh, Stukov. I like Stukov. I like Stukov a lot. Well, Krakenov. We are going to see the Stukov with the Tassadar. Interesting. Cannot wait to see where this goes. Stukov can silence ETC's Mosh. You think you kind of maybe want to see an Uther ban here. Both because Uther can support the Holy Cow, but also because Uther can support some other backline dive like Genji and the likes. We'll see what gets banned here by Come Hat Me Bro. Looking for their first win. Seeing if they can pick it up. You know, it's been a rough road for Come Hat Me Bro. A lot of the players were on Zul'jin and Juice last season. But so far, still looking to kind of make their way. Meanwhile, I believe the Blackhand did play earlier tonight. I don't know if that game's result has been recorded yet. Still trying to look into this. But there is the Uther ban. I called it. Garrosh ban on the side of Come Hat Me Bro. Not wanting to deal with that. I don't know if Garrosh would have likely been the play. Just because there's so little frontline already, having a solo Garrosh or even a Garrosh throwing into a Vala seems a bit awkward. It appears that their score was recorded, and the Come Hat Me Bro is actually sitting at 0-3. Oh wait, but I'm looking at the Blackhand. That's who I want to see who they've played. The Blackhand, they did play tonight. That game hasn't been recorded. I believe it wasn't streamed, so I may be doing a replay cast of that. So I don't know what it is, and I don't want to look it up. But they have a win over number 1 in Innervation. They lost to ODG. We'll see where this puts them overall. And there's the Greymane and a Malfurion, so a lot of burst potential. Greymane, obviously going to try to dive that Vala, blow her up. Malfurion, you know, Twilight Dream, especially like right after Amash, could just be incredibly powerful. Interested to see where this goes. And into a Johanna and Azul. This is just an interesting comp. Johanna is going to be pretty disruptive to the ETC. You know, you can start the Condemn cast, and it will go off and interrupt the Mosh. There's Blessed Shield for that. You know, she got some changes, she got some reworks. The Zul was an interesting pick. He was really popular briefly in the meta, and then kind of went back to the obscure corner he crawled out of. We're gonna see, maybe Roots into Stukov Silence to just try to get a kibosh on a target. So what's now your last pick? Do you go into a second support to maybe try to mitigate this Vala damage, or to grab a cleanse and leave yourself on just a Greymane? Do we maybe see a second assassin next Pokey? What do we get? Come at me, bro. Gonna grab the Tarrant. I was thinking about that. Get a little bit of heals. You get that cleanse on your heal at 7, which will be strong. And then, yeah, you get quite a bit of damage. On this map, the rotations can be fairly predictable. You can get a lot of owl stacks. And this map goes late. Starfall could be incredibly valuable as a zoning tool. Or, you know, you could even see in it, into the Tastadar, I doubt you'll see Shadow Stalk. But, you know, Starfall is pretty dang good. But we'll see. We'll be right back on Nexus Gaming Series. And with the loading screen conquered, we're going to flip over to the game. And on the right-hand side, we're going to see Disco representing the Black Hand. Going to be on that Tassadar. Kupalin, going to be on Stukov. Kupolin, I don't know. Forgive me. Dayuni going to be on Joanna. Good Fox breaking it down on the Zul with the little dance moves, doing the skeletons. And Unlucky going to be on Vala. D-Rec, going to be on the Greymane Angry Cloud. ETC with the beautiful Skinergy, going to be played by Fatal Rampage. Art Vandalay, going to be on the Happy Cloud to counteract Greymane's negativity. The End will be Malfurion, and Burger will be on that Critical Dahaka. So, kind of interesting. They're like, both of these teams are kind of half really meta, and half kind of a little bit less meta, although I don't know if I still am not on the Tarrant hype train, so maybe I'm just being an old man. But opening pokes coming out, both teams trying to get ahead of the rotation, and in fact it is going to be, with the Zul Joanna, it's going to be the Black Hand getting the first punch at the rotation, get it going, Joanna rotating down to the bot, Taz going to stay mid to keep the soak up, but let's go ahead and bring up our talents and take a gander. So Law of Hope, that now is the level 1 talent for Joanna. Dropping the Probius spray. Shots fired, shots fired. Malfurion expecting the poke, saying, this is my little friend Steve, he's just going to watch you, he's my little elf on the shelf. Rotations coming down, looks like now big rotation, leaving Dahaka alone in the top lane. Root on the Tehran, no real follow-up, great zoning by Fatal Rampage on the ETC. Someone's going to have to rotate back up here. I haven't even had a chance to look at the talents. Both these teams are just playing so aggressive, but Rotation's coming back up. Now, Dahaka looking like he's going to cut off the rotation, but he might get more than he bargained for here. Now with the root, going to burrow that out, but the silence comes up onto the backside. So much damage coming out from Vala. I don't know if he has enough essence. Manages to not blow it. This is weird. This is a kind of counter-rotation strategy. We're seeing Come At Me Bro do the traditional mid-bot rotation. We're seeing Blackhand try to do something top-mid. They've lost a little bit of soak doing that. So I don't know, like, what this part play is into, but ETC playing so aggressively onto Unlucky. Greymane trying to get the finish. Stukov going to zone. Stukov did go into Growing Infestation. So we'll see what happens there. But, Soak pretty even. Blackhand maybe the slightest lead for the next half a second, while Dahaka clears up mid and then burrows on up. But it looks like Zul is going to stay bottom. And this is going to be Blackhand just giving over the first Punisher. Now, this is a Mortar Punisher, notoriously the ugly stepchild of the John Cena family. No one likes Mortar John Cena. Tassadar having to use his phase shift to escape that Lunar Flare. Joanna being just so disruptive onto this Tehran. Stukov coming in with the silence there. Spreading those heals. We do see Stukov going into vigorous re-uptake, not one good spread. Now, the issue here is this kind of forces you to blow your heals quickly early in the game to build those stacks up. Looks like we might see that happen here as... I call the Stukov heals herpes because I'm a child. But they're starting to spread. Still hasn't popped that kill switch. Playing it a bit patient. Now, Dayun going to get a bit low. Might have to pop it here just to make sure Joanna gets out. Does pop it, gets 3 stacks. Volley going multi-shot build. We are seeing the Lunar Flare build, not the out build, but only one connection so far. Prog Rock taken by ETC with the Crowd Surfer. So this one's going to be interesting. Should note that nothing too interesting happening down here. I look away right as Joanna gets engaged on T-Tors, right? Well, this is what you get when you get a solo caster. Vala going so aggressively, down to about a hair of HP, and then gets finished off. And now this is going to have to be a disengage. Dayuna trying to get away, and does. Good stall on the Punisher, though, and Zul going to drain quite a bit of ammo from these towers, although Dahaka now defending has gotten a little bit of his own, but Zul is really doing good work. Starts to rotate up, sees that Dahaka is still a bit far out, not wanting to push out further. Dayuna going to back off, get the Hearth here. Brief moment looking at some other talents. We are seeing the race car Dahaka, the Bugatti Dahaka build coming out, or the Dahaka Veyron. Bugatti Dahaka or Dahaka Veyron? Which one's funnier? Chat, tell me, please. But yeah, seeing the continued E-build, so it hungers rather than within my reach. This is going for that reduced cooldown and mana restoration. And, you know, it's a great mana restoration tool, in fact. But sidewall broken out by ETC. Gonna look for this place. Iron Skin has been dropped as level 7s get picked up. ETC pushing in a bit aggressively, looking for the power slide. Doesn't collect anyone. Trying to get onto Unlucky. Nothing happens. John Cena finds Disco. Disco forcing to back off, but Dayuni in such a bad position with that armor reduction from the Hunter's Mark. Popping the Iron Skin now. John Cena turning his attention onto the fort. Trying to just slow this escape is Dayuni. John Cena goes down. So fort wall taking about half of top fort. Meanwhile, though, Zul and Dahaka just kind of keeping each other honest in lane, but Zul definitely getting the better, getting these gates down. These towers have no ammo. So, but we're seeing a pretty aggressive play here. Dayuni in a bad spot, taking that Hunter's Mark. Now Zul comes in with the Bone Armor explosion to deal some damage. Unlucky positioning aggressively. Dodges the power slide. Stun comes in, collects 2. More stacks for Tehran there, as both teams kind of back off, fight over. We're going to call that one a draw, they say. As I take a sip of delicious beer. Casting without beer is not casting. Trying to find Dahaka here, but just so much health to burn through with all of that essence. But they got him to blow his essence, and that's a win in and of itself. We're seeing Greymane start to rotate into that bottom siege camp. No one on bottom now, but you know these two teams rotating pretty well. Come at me, bro, hanging around. But looks like level 10 is gonna get picked up first on the side of the Black Hand. We are seeing the Blessed Shield, Rain of Vengeance. There's the silence to Haka. A little bit of an awkward position. Rain of Vengeance comes down. What else do we have? What's the Stukov ult? It's going to be Flailing Swipe. Burger going to go down, not able to burrow out there. We are seeing Skeletal Mages from Zul being taken and Force Wall, and that's huge to get that to Haka pick right before this Shrine phase. Going to give them a big advantage. ETC going Mosh Pit, Twilight Dream, Adaptation, Starfall, and go for the throat. Trying to get onto those squishier backliners over the Cursed Bullet option. As Good Fox just chunking around, working on this Shrine. Already 11 skeletal minions over to the side of the Black Hand. You know, Come At Me Bro won the first Punisher, but right now, Come At Me Bro's invaded this point. They've equalized the skeletal minions, and they're going to have to force Black Hand to get together, but ETC coming in with the separation, tries to blow the Mosh, gets interrupted there, but still the kill is managed onto the Tassadar. He must not have had his phase shift up. Stukov trying to poke in with the weighted pustule here, just looking for anything he can. Starfall maybe a little bit misplaced, but there's the Mosh. It is underneath the Starfall, though. Immediately gets interrupted by the Johanna. Iron Skin blown. Twilight Dream, though, gonna find Vala over the wall. Zul died somewhere in all of that mayhem, and Come At Me Bro is going to take a frozen John Cena. Great fight. Great fight by Come At Me Bro. Fantastic initiation by ETC to get that early Tassadar pick. And just perfect zone management. They just kept pushing back and kept pushing back. And Black Hand, really awkward position. Zul didn't have any nice way to engage, and so he died. And now, Frozen John Cena working onto the fort. Jumps onto Dayuni up top. Force Wall, trying to make it a bit awkward for ETC, but it's going to fall off. But now it's going to be a 4v4 engage. Condemn coming in into the Rain of Vengeance. So much damage, and there's the Stukov silence. It's getting a huge amount of value into the Force Wall. Chase is en route, though. Going to catch Stukov, but Vala's on the chase. Power slide into the backside. Now Fatal Rampage on his own. Malfurion coming in to try to save him, but there's the Blessed Shield into the silence on Malfurion. Is Malfurion going to be able to get away? He does, but ETC has paid for his life. Oh, but no, there's a huge Force Wall that's going to secure the kill on the Malfurion, and what a great comeback there by the Black Hand off the Punisher. And now, thanks to all that work Zul put in, he just kept depositing and depositing into that bank. And now the Black Hand gets collect. Starfall just trying to make it awkward here for the Black Hand. They are going to disengage. But a great job. Great job on that Punisher by Come At Me Bro, but Black Hand just really just so good on that turnaround. The Force Walls from the Tassadar were just fantastic. You know, you see so much Archon Tassadar anymore. It's good to go old school. Woohoot! As an owl finds Vala. And Come At Me Bro, gonna manage to sneak this bottom shrine here. Kind of still hanging around bottom. Greymane gonna go back, probably gonna go up and grab his Bruiser camp. Now Zul harassing Burger a bit here, getting all of those skeletal warriors. Start sapping up that top fort ammunition. And the thing is, the walls are all gone, if you look, for Come At Me Bro. But the walls, they're still only mid-wall standing, so with all the fort damage already, if Come At Me Bro can get this John Cena as well, they could very well try to get keep. Both teams level 13. Oh, and Joanna goes poking around in the wrong neighborhood. 3 to the 1 to the 1 to the 3, but does manage to get away there. As now the teams start to rotate up. Joanna doing a good job being that anchor. Great dismount from the Malfurion. Make sure his team gets up there first. Dahaka going to continue to soak these lanes. Going to abuse that ability with the global. Primal Rage from Dahaka we are seeing on the prowl. So going for that movement speed is Greymane. And Face Smelt going with that slow. Blessed Hammer picked up by Joanna. Kind of an interesting talent. It's changed a bit. It used to be kind of a weird trap talent 16, but I haven't played Joanna since a rework, so I don't know where it stands in the 13 range. Shrink Ray by Tassadar is equivalent thereof. Actually, it's much stronger than Shrink Ray in terms of the damage reduction. ETC powering into the backline, thinks about the Mosh, doesn't manage to land, but there's the Twilight Dream. Did that get interrupted? Yes, it did, and Malfurion died before he was able to get it off. And now, big Mosh onto the backside, but Fatal Rampage, he is, as the great song goes, he was dancing with himself. Oh, dancing with himself. If ETC had the chance, he would ask the world to dance. But he was dancing with himself. Give it up for Billy Idol, folks. Billy Idol ETC skin in the house. As he manages to get the Mosh, but there's just no follow-up damage there. And now this is a big win for the Black Hand. Level 16's picked up. They are also going to get the Arcane John Cena, and boy, this is an awkward position. The Hawk are going to push in on bottom, trying to get this fort, trying to make something happen. Fight over the shrine here, but looks like that Come Hat Me Bro gonna cede the Bruiser camp as well. Dahaka just trying to find 15 for his team, but it's still just precious inches away. As now ETC gonna get Dovon on the back line. Punisher coming in, doing work. Dayumi gonna be the first onto this keep. As damage starts to come down onto it, Tahaka Bees is coming in. Oh, but the huge silence John Cena combo. And now Art Vandalay gonna get taken out as well with a Rain of Vengeance. And now this goes from being a situation where it's a keep to being a situation where this could very well be GG. John Cena now getting a two-man stun on a Malfurion and Greymane. Greymane completely zoned out, and if they lose Greymane, this is absolutely over. It may very well be anyway. Malfurion comes in. Huge Twilight Dream, getting good damage out. But with Greymane having to back, there's no real follow-up. Now Malfurion's going to lose his life. Core is down to 45. Greymane just doing everything he can, but it's just a hopeless venture. D-Rec going to have to drop back, gets away alive, but there's just no chance of saving this core. And in a 14-minute game, Black Hand. A little bit shaky. Come At Me Bro had their moments, but Black Hand, they won the third Punisher, and they took it all the way to core. GG. As Black Hand will take game number 1, and we'll be right back. And we are back, heading into Sky Temple. Game 2 between Come Hat Me Bro and the Black Hand. The Black Hand took game number 1. Really back and forth game, and then just a couple of things were snowballed. The post 10s, there was some good fighting on mid. Come Hat Me Bro came out on top the first time. But then just getting a little bit of soak lead was the Black Hand, and they win the fight over the top shrine. And then with the level 16 advantage, they take keep, and from there they push all the way into the core and end the game. But Come At Me Bro, though, they hung around. This is a team of resilient players. They're struggling. They haven't been able to adjust to Division A, I think, as well as they hoped. So the core of this team was on Zul'jin and Juice, who absolutely dominated Division B. But they haven't really hit their groove yet. And we'll see if they can do it here in this next game on Sky Temple. Now this was the Black Hand's map. Reminder that Falstad is banned. So with the Dahaka banned out and with the Kel'Thuzad banned out. Now I haven't really seen much in the way of Kel'Thuzad in games lately. I think it's the nerfs hit him pretty hard. He has some playmaking potential late in the game, but short of getting a couple pickoffs, he doesn't seem as reliable as other damage dealers. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. We still have epic music going, perhaps a little bit off character. There we go. As we are seeing the Tassadar picked up by Come Hat Me Bro. Vala gonna be locked in pretty quickly by the Black Hand, not wanting to give up that combo. But now that you have a Vala without a Tassadar, do you commit to a double support to protect her? We shall see. They had a single support Vala in the last game. No, I'm sorry, they didn't. They had Vala in the last game, but they had the Tassadar as well as the Stukov. Vala Stukov again. Now, this opens up the potential, though, if I'm going to go Walla crazy, for something like a Hunt Judgment combo. And the reason is Stukov, when he gets dove, he is so vulnerable to CC. His HP pool is not that big. And his burst healing takes a while to roll out. And especially if you see a solo support Stukov, that's very possible. And we are seeing the Rhaegar and the Greymane. So, meta all over there. Arguably the most popular assassin, certainly the most popular support at the moment. Come to think of it, I've seen Uther banned more than played lately. Although maybe that's just because I don't particularly like the hero and I never want to play him. He's a good hero. I just don't like him. So uppity. What with his morals and... Anyway. I'm tired. I don't have good commentary. I'm drinking a beer and just relaxing and watching HOTS. I'd be talking to myself anyway, so I might as well talk to you people, right? Am I right? You know I'm right. You know I'm right. Arthas ban. I like that ban a lot. Executioner on Greymane post 16 with Arthas is a little bit fucking scary. I'm not gonna lie. A little scary. But still, even with the Tassadar, I mean, Greymane, he could very well go into Alpha Killer. And with that 3% chunking, I mean, he just goes after the tank, and he's self-sustained. He's basically a furry Illidan at that point. Abathur ban. Perhaps they scouted something. Abathur, this is, Mule is strong on this map. This is the strongest map for Mule. And there's only one hero in the game with it. And he just got banned. How do you respond now? No warriors yet. There are 2 warrior bans. No team has drafted a warrior. You have a Nubarak potentially up? Maybe you want to deny the Tyrael? If you take the Tyrael, it helps. It gives Vala another support. But we are going to see once again the Johanna. But now into a Cassia. So, Black Hand, liking their Johanna, liking their Stukov, liking their Vala. We're going to flex into a Cassia here. I doubt they go into Azul again, but, you know, maybe. The last two picks going to come in here for Come At Me Bro. This is big for them. You know, no team wants to start the season 0-4. They want to just get a map. Get a map and just get the momentum. Like, show that they belong in Division A with the rest of these teams. And this is their chance to prove it. They hung with the Black Hand in that first set. Now, what two picks do they bring in? I'd love to see something like Tyrael ETC. There's the ETC. We get the Tyrael or we get the Dahaka? Both are fine picks. Kael'thas. So going double support, not double warrior. Kael'thas is going to struggle with the Stukov, but he's got a very low HP target in Vala. Flame Strike could get a lot of value. And a Zarya! This is such interesting comps from these two teams. A solo warrior ETC into a Vala Cassia can be a trying endeavor. That Zarya is such a good pick, now that I think about it, because Greymane is going to try to blow someone up, and they're just going to get shielded. Kael'thas is just going to feed Zarya. Like, Zarya is just going to be eating Kael'thas Wheaties for breakfast. Going to be stopping off the Kael'thas deli for lunch, just building up that energy. I don't know why Kael'thas has both a breakfast cereal and a deli. Stay with it. Don't overthink the analogies. We'll get through this together. I'm an awkward human being. We can accept this. We can move on. I do have to note that I do write for Gale Force Esports, and I am a Gale Force Esports fan, and I'm also scrolling off the left side of the screen here. So, I don't like those portraits very much. Not gonna lie. Team Freedom, though, and Roll20, both having great seasons. Cannot wait for BlizzCon. Beer has heard this Rhaegar sucks, to which I say, the end on Rhaegar. Are you gonna take that? Burger, gonna be on the Greymane. Art Vandalay, going to be on that Tassadar. Fatal Rampage, once again on ETC. And D-Rec, gonna be on the Kael'thas. Over in the red corner, dropping the sprays, doing the little dance. Sad Cloud Stukov. He heard my Cloud callouts, and he's like, I want to get in on this action too. Sad Cloud Stukov. A couple of, well, just a Raptor. Cassie on a pirate on a Raptor. That is a scary thought. Gonna be Disco, Unlucky, gonna be once again on Vala, Dayuni once again on Johanna, and Good Fox gonna be on that Zarya. Can't wait to see what happens. How is Zarya building? Is she building grenades or is she building Fill the Heat? She is building neither. Maximum charge. Get showed up, Smiley. Get showed up. You were saying it's gonna be one of these two talents, and it was neither. I heard he's bald too. Let's make fun of him. Big power slide though onto Disco. Disco getting further separated by the face melt. And you may be a pirate on a Raptor, but that ain't gonna save you there. Clever girl. As Cassia goes down. Opening burst. Vala, though, already pushing up onto the top with the Stukov. Stukov going once again with that E build. Dropping it onto the Tassadar. Has to back off to pop his E to get out. Zarya gonna be forced to 1v, now 3-4 in the mid lane while Cassie rotates back in and Johanna clears up the bottom. Burger playing a bit aggressive. Big power slide onto the Zarya. Follow up with the gravity lapse. And then the face melt. Great communication by Come At Me Bro to secure that pick. And are they going to be able to... Is Cassia... She's looking for that kill. She's looking for that revenge. She wants to avenge me, but it's not there. Good pickoff. Great communication. Now here's the gravity lapse into a Greymane dive. Rhaegar, good body blocks. Dayuni just getting bodied. Going to be able to rotate up, though. Meanwhile, though, Shrine Phase has started, and Black Hand wasting no time. And even though they have a death, they have 2 deaths in fact, XP lead still favoring them. As Come At Me Bro finding trouble just getting onto this point. They're fighting a 3v3 as Kael'thas Kael'thas was back at base. He beat back to get mana. They do now have this point. I was worried we need to pause there, that maybe there was a disconnect, but it was just he beat and was waiting back in base for mana. But Tassadar now getting pushed in by this Vala as Stukov soloing this point. And we are seeing Stukov once again going for that vigorous reuptake rather than the one good spread. Both very, very strong healing talents. But once again, Black Hand getting onto this mid-shrine, stealing some shots, but there's a big power slide on the Johanna. Iron Skin used, but there's just so much bodies, so much damage. Trying to buy time, though, for the rotation as Greymane gets picked off on the backside by Unlucky. Huge silence onto the backside. Direk has a fraction of HP. If Vala can just get one auto attack off, but instead the target is Rhaegar. Cassia going there. Now the team rotating around. It's a hunt for Kael'thas. There's the spear. Going to get it. Combo comes down on Disco. Gonna chunk pretty well. But good hunting by the Black Hand. And I do excuse the frame rate. I have been having some frame rate issues of late, and I'm not really sure what is causing them. Prefer not to turn my graphics setting down. But both siege camps being picked up as Tassadar versus Johanna takes over in the top lane. Zarya pushing in a bit. Gotta be careful of that ETC power slide, though, with the Kael'thas follow-up. My mouth is just doing great things right now. That came out wrong. We're going back to the game. Disco now in just such an awful position as ETC power slides in. Silence trying to peel Disco out. Disco down to 28 health. Almost gets away, but gets caught by the cocktail. Greymane says, take a drink as Dayuni selling out to get the fort. Tassadar going to try to punish. Going to pop the Iron Skin, getting away. Good job by Black Hand. You know, kills going in favor of Come At Me Bro, but they are losing the macro game. And that's one of the big differences I've noticed between Division B and Division A. Division A teams just have such strong macro. You know, the team fights in Division B can be just works of art when they're executed well. But you just don't tend to see as much a dedication to soaking. You don't see rotations. It's kind of the big difference. As ETC thinks about mounting up and Good Fox says, nope, with the grenade. But Bruiser Camp failed to be picked up by the Black Hand. Maybe Vala looking to pick it up now while they just stall out on bottom. Vala actually going to try to rotate up onto Tass. It's an interesting choice because it's a very difficult target to pick. And it's going to leave a 4v3 on the bottom. As Come At Me Bro going to be able to secure the first few shots, but now Good Fox a little bit low, using the silence to kind of back away after the aggressive engagement. Rhaegar now has to rotate up, make sure to heal the team. No one soaking those shots at the moment. Looks like Rhaegar thinking about going back down, but doesn't want to get too far away from the team, as now Vala and Cassia come in to join this fight. Briefly a 5v4, waiting for Tassadar, so Come At Me Bro gonna back off a bit. This is gonna let Dayuni step onto that point. And gets knocked back just to join the team fight. Cheeky little engagement there. Hey, someone finally figured out how to engage with a Johanna, and what an engagement it was. As Come At Me Bro's ETC once again gets picked off. This should be the rest of the shots going over in favor of the Black Hand now. They're going to push in with this. They could very well take this bottom fort, and that's going to give them a huge macro lead, as it's going to be 3 forts to 1. Really just incredibly strong macro play at the moment from Come At Me Bro. As we're going to see this fort slowly tick down. No real chance for a counter engagement, and it is dropping. Greymane soaking the top, trying to find level 10s. We do have Expulsion Zone, Rain of Vengeance, Ball Lightning picked up. Going to be the whap whap whap, as I call it, or flailing swipe, as normal people call it. And bless shield, as, oh my goodness, KT is in such a bad spot. Cleanse comes in, but it's not going to be enough. He just gets absolutely deleted from the map. Fatal Rampage now in a bad spot. There's the expulsion zone. Fatal Rampage is trapped in. A little bit of a slow reaction, though, from the Black Hand. They end up going back and getting the siege camp rather than killing ETC. Force Wall now putting Zarya in a bad spot. Do we see the power slide engagement? ETC realizing that Kael'thas isn't up to follow up. Gonna back off with Greymane up in the top lane. Camp rotations beginning now. Well, sorry about that. Just kind of getting my bearings about me as to what the situation on the map is. We do see the Cursed Hollow, Force Wall, Mosh Pit, Ancestral, and Phoenix. All pretty standard. Nothing too sexy there. Cocktail build from Greymane. But, just continuing these chaotic but controlled rotations is Black Hand. And, come at me, bro, just trying to find this pick-off. They keep looking for Zarya. They can't really find her, though. Now, Zarya, you can blow her up quick with a good CC chain. But meanwhile, they're giving up just so much soak up in the top, trying to push in on mid, trying to get some damage, and it is going to be a 2-shrine phase. Now, this should favor the Black Hand, as if they get one of these shrines, they'll take the fort down and start doing keep damage. Come at me, bro. Kind of aware of this, but they're going to rotate up the top. This will take out the fort first. It will be their first fort of the game, but, you know, while they're showing top so heavily, Black Hand not even going onto the shrine. They're going to take the boss. And this is immediately going to go to keep. Tassadar might be able to sniff it out, but and actually they do sniff the boss play out. They're rotating in, but it's just too late. 9-minute boss picked up. Not the strongest Scarab Beetle in the world. But now, ETC gonna be left to solo soak top. By the way, if anyone in chat could explain this, is anyone else having really bad frame rate issues since the last patch? Because I have not ever had frame rates this low, as we see Tassadar get picked off. What is it, cat? My cat is bitching at me. As the Scarab Beetle moves onto the keep wall. Kael'thas combo onto Zarya. Shield comes in just a little bit late to absorb that damage. Still no energy there. Keep wall goes down, but that's going to be shots hitting the well and then immediately hitting the keep. So, actually, no. Interesting. It goes to the secondary turret. I would think it would have gone to a keep. But bonus shots? Really? 10. Look at that. 10 HP. That is the Black Hand getting a middle finger from this game. That keep is just a big middle finger right now. But, level advantage. Winning the race to 16. And it just seems like, come at me, bro, wants to look for the fight, Big power slide onto the back. There's the force wall. Silence gonna interrupt the mosh pit, but it's still a pretty good engage, but there's just a lot of damage coming out here. ETC gonna walk onto the point. They are gonna cap it, but they've committed a lot of resources just to get a siege camp. They're now gonna try to split push with it, take out this cannon wall, and see what they can do to this bottom fort. Vala forced to clear up that bruiser camp up in the top, so she's not gonna be able to join right away. This might be a chance for a little bit of an XP gap close, as this will be the last fort to go down. If it does indeed go down, Vala's starting to rotate in. Ultimates are down, though. No Phoenix, no Mosh. Big Condemn onto the backside, and there's the ball lightning. Tassadar and ETC separating. It only bounces about 3 times, but Tassadar in such a bad spot. He's going to try to pop his phase shift and get away. ETC doing everything he can to escape. Ancestral blown on Tassadar on the retreat. There's the Rain of Vengeance, though, and a cleanse. Is E going to be back up for Tassadar? There's a big silence there. Has to wait. It's not going to come in. ETC power sliding away, but gets chased down by Unlucky. Unlucky going to put the gosh on him, and this is Black Hand now doing aggressive work. Big blessed shield. Burger going to take a bunch of damage. There's the Rain of Vengeance. He drops down to 70 health, gets the shield, but it's still not enough. Now Rhaegar on the run. Unlucky is just picking him off one at a time. 4 kills for the Black Hand there, and they're going to walk up and just take this keep. Dayuni a little bit low, going to pop the Iron Skin just to deal with that Kael'thas combo. Living Bomb spreading a little bit. Going to blow up again, but they get the first keep of the game. They have level 16 heading into this double shrine phase. Black Hand in a great position. Come at me, bro. Needs to find the answer. They've not really been able to get the engagement they wanted. Just like in the last game, they're able to get picks. But they have... Well, I guess in the last game they were winning some team fights. But this game, it's just the fighting has seemed to favor Black Hand. As shots now going on to mid keep. Going to be a trade up top, but it's a trade that Black Hand's happy to take because that's still wasting shots onto the fort. Finally takes it down. Now Johanna rotating in. Gonna try to be disruptive. Tassadar in a little bit of an awkward position. Gonna force an engagement. Art Vandally pops the phase shift, trying to get away. Big silence into a cleanse so ETC can power slide out, but the ball lightning going to finish off the Tassadar, and Ancestral blown on the retreat once again. That time maybe could have been saved. That's a big cooldown. Now both shrines going over to Black Hand. This is starting to fall apart for Come At Me, bro. They need to pick up 16s. They need to win a big team fight, and then they need to take a keep off it. Now, Power Slide coming in. Great timing on the Iron Skin from Dayuni. Gonna also eat the Cursed Bullet, so Cursed Bullet gets no value there. And actually manages to steal the last shot, so mid keep is low. Top keep, wall low with a lot of archers. May lose the cannon here. And boss coming up in 10 seconds. We're going to see a positioning for this boss here. Going to go ahead and grab the siege camp, get some pressure. Force a response out of Come At Me, bro. Looking like they're going to rotate onto boss after this. I wouldn't be surprised to see Johanna just hang out in that anchor bush. But no, going to come in, just help burn this faster. Bruiser camp's being picked up in the meanwhile by Come At Me, bro. And they're going to try to generate some counter pressure in the top lane, hope for something, but this is a boss that's going to go straight to core. Flailing Swipe going to prevent the engage in narrow space that Come At Me bro wants. You can see a little bit of frustration. You know, they're right now they're just trying to force anything, so they're looking for some kind of bad rotation. Rhaegar being a little bit of a bait here. This could be it. This could be the power slide mosh they want. There it is. They're on the Stukov, and the blow-up occurs. Cassia goes down. Coupelin is in so much trouble. Is he going to be able to get away? He is not. Ancestral comes down before anyone really needs it, but that is 2 kills. That's at least going to potentially save the core for the time being, but that's if they can stop this Scarab Beetle. It's got the shields down, and the core is going to get chunked about 5 to 6% each time, and it is just so healthy. I don't know how much core health they're going to have left, if they have any, and if I'm Black Hand, I just come in and try to start damaging the core maybe, but no, it's going to survive with 40%. Discretion is a better part of Valor. You're getting a keep out of it. Anytime you get a keep and 63% of your opponent's core out of a lost team fight, you know you have good macro. And Black Hand just playing it extraordinarily well. And that's the problem is, Come At Me, bro. They are being beaten so much in the macro play that even when they get these advantages off of big late-game team fights, they're not translating into successes. They're not translating into meaningful structural damage. You know, they're translating into, okay, now we lose our mid-keep, and we lose 2/3 of our core's health. Black Hand spreading around, trying to soak that 20. That's the big goal. Get those level 20 talents in there. Let's see what these talents are. Endurance training, wallet... Okay, so interesting. Now, Art Vandally a little bit on the run, Vala on the chase, getting quite a decent amount of chunk damage. really sure why my frame rates are so low.
Return to your
But right now, we are seeing Come At Me Bro just back up. They did get all of that shrine, so they have their win condition. If they win a team fight, they can win the game. But the problem is, they're going to be fighting at the level 20s. Farflight Quiver, Unyielding Defender, Infinite Lightning. Stukov's still holding his 20, blinded by light, so it's going to be effectively your Storm Shield. Right now, I'm gonna grab the Siege Camp. Really good scouting, just letting Valla and Zarya do the work. One more thing to respond to for Come At Me Bro. They're just trying to hang back. They're trying to soak that safely. They're so worried, though, about a backdoor attempt with the level 20s. And it shows. And we're seeing the end. Doing a little dance, a little B-stepping. B-stepping is for winners, sir. That was mean. That was, wow. That is a feels bad, man. I apologize. But now, here comes the push onto Core. They're gonna try to bully with the level 20s. His core health is so low. Storm Shield blow, or no, that may have just been Iron Skin. But ETC doing decent separation. There's the Infinite Lightning. Spreading to Cassia. Cassia now taking it back to the team. There's a big mosh pit, but it only collects Zarya. Gets interrupted quickly. Disco's so low, but that silence from the Stukov with the Bless Shield. Gonna collect 3. This is gonna be the game. 4 go down. And with that, that's gonna be it. Blackhand gonna win this series 2-0. Great win by them. As GGs are thrown out. Black Hat gonna take this map. Gonna take both maps. Gonna take the 3 points and improve their standing. And I called them Black Hat like 12 times, and they're Black Hand. Yeah. I'm tired. I told myself I wasn't gonna cast past midnight anymore. So I'm not going to do a post-game interview. And I apologize to Blackhand in advance for that. But with that, we're gonna conclude our evening there. Thanks for watching this doubleheader. And I will see you next time. Gonna do a lot of replay casts tomorrow. Wait up for that. Now that might get canceled if my team streams or if I go out drinking with my cousin. But I'm going to finish my beer and get to sleep. Have a great night, everyone. Take care.